Hello, I'm going to teach you how to name compounds, and the first kind of compound I'll start with is ionic compounds. So we're going to use our rule sheet. This ionic compound is K2S. The first step for the rule sheet asks you to count the number of elements, not the total number of atoms. If we counted the total number of atoms, there'd be 2 for potassium and 1 for sulfur, and that would be 3. We're just counting how many different elements. So that's 2 different elements. There's K and S. So I'm going to write a 2 right there. Second step says if there are more than 2 elements, follow rules of compounds with polyatomic ions. We do not have more than 2, so I'm just going to skip that step. Third step says if there are only 2 elements, determine whether each is a metal or a nonmetal. Since we have only 2, I will do that. K is a metal, as you can see in family 1, and S is a nonmetal over here in family 16. Step 4 says if there are 2 nonmetals, and there are not 2 nonmetals, so we're going to just skip that step. And step 5 says if it's rules. It is a metal to nonmetal, so we will do that. So you're going to just scroll down on your rule sheet where it says metal to nonmetal. The first rule says name the metal first, and then it says if the metal has more than 1 oxidation number, see directions below. What that means is atoms such as iron or cobalt or nickel, if you see how they have multiple handwritten numbers in the periodic table, those are their oxidation numbers. Because potassium only has 1 possible oxidation number, we do not need to do that special step this time. Okay, so these are just the instructions to do straight up ionic compounds without oxidation numbers, or multiple oxidation numbers, excuse me. So I'm going to name my metal first, so it's potassium. And then I'm going to use the first syllable of the nonmetal and change the ending to IDE. So that would be 5. And I am done. That's all you need to do. If you look over here, I've written some of the more common nonmetals with their IDE endings. So if you didn't get those in class, you might want to sketch these down. Okay, so that was rules for naming ionic compounds without multiple oxidation numbers.